Hey guys, hope everybody's doing good. So I'm gonna go on a rant about a few things here. So if you don't want to hear that, please click off the video because you know what? I don't give a fuck if you don't like that. And if you hear a noise in the background, there's a train that's about to go by. I'll try. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud. If it does, I'm sorry. But before I get into the subject, I just want to say it's September 11th, 2020 right now, which that means it's 9/11. 19 years ago today, 3,000 people, if not that more, lost their lives in a few major tragedies. One big tragedy in New York and a few other places. And still to this day, I was super young when it happened. I was only 3 years old when it happened. But, still, I remember hearing some of the things that went on, and it's just it's fucked up, and I do apologize about my language. But yeah, still to this day I think about that, and it's sad. Hang on a sec. Alright, sorry, that train just went through. But anyways, getting to the point now. So the first thing I need to rant about is to the idiots that like to sit there and be like, get over 9/11, it happened years ago. Here's the thing. If you're going to sit there and argue people about that, you need to have a good argument on why you say that. You know why? Because 75% of the people that are alive today, if not that more, were alive when 9/11 happened. When all hell broke loose. So you telling me and so many other people that we should get over 9/11, you need to go fuck yourself. You know why? Because so many people lost their lives that day, and there are so many people who are still sick from that tragedy. And I can go on and on about how people reacted, but I'll end it there. But just because it happened years ago does not mean that we're going to stop thinking about it. If it happened in our lifetime, we're not going to keep our mouths shut. So I'm sorry. People have a right to say it's 9/11, never forget what happened. Because if you're going to sit there and tell people that they shouldn't, keep talking about it and that we should get over it, 9 times out of 10, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. While I didn't lose a friend or family member in that tragedy, I've met quite a few people who have lost a friend, a family member, or a loved one of some sort on 9/11. You're not going to sit there and tell me that I should get over it. And, the funny thing is, the same people who are telling us we should get over 9/11 are the same exact people who are bringing America's past issues into our present issues. Like, oh, America's on stolen land. Oh, people of this race got treated so poorly. People of that race got treated so poorly. Here's the thing. For one, there are many other different countries out there that are on stolen land. It's not just the United States. And secondly, everybody of some sort of race has been treated poorly at some point. Not just African Americans, not just natives, or Indians, I should say, excuse me, my apologies, or nothing like that. Everybody of that specific race, each and every race, I should say, has been treated poorly at some point. Not just Indians or African Americans. I don't understand why everybody thinks that it's okay to bring in issues that happened so long ago, but yet you can't talk about a huge tragedy that happened 19 years ago. I mean, if you ask me and anybody else, or somebody who's lost a loved one on 9/11, they'll tell you that that's a fucked up thing to say. I'm sorry, but that is. Whether or not 9/11 was an inside job or not, I don't know. That question right there is way beyond me. But getting on to the next subject that I gotta go on a little rant about is, what the hell is it with football players sitting down like in a locker room or something like that while the national anthem starts? What the fuck is up with that? Okay, I can understand kneeling a little bit, even though I don't support it. But seriously, sitting somewhere else while the national anthem plays, you know how retarded that is? Let me guess, you're doing it because of racism or police brutality? Or are you just coming up with many other reasons now on why you don't want to stand for the national anthem? And for those of you who are going to tell me, oh, if you stand for the national anthem, then you're pro-police brutality or you're pro-racism. Really? You can be against police brutality and racism and still stand for the national anthem. I mean, you know how retarded you sound when you say that if I stand, then I'm pro this and that. You people make no fucking sense at all. Things like this are why I do not vote Democrat. Nor will I ever vote Democrat. Just putting that out there. Or liberal, I should say. Because I know there are quite a few Democrats out there that are pretty conservative. Just like, we have Republicans that are pretty liberal. I mean, look at Justin Amash, for example, who is one of Michigan's congressmen. Guys, we gotta do better than this. We are all entitled to our own opinions. I will gladly respect that. But we keep doing these things and then coming up with stupid reasons on why, we need to quit focusing on this and then point another finger and then focus on something we probably weren't even around for. There's an issue there. I'm not here to say that it's not okay to have different opinions, because my advice is, if everybody had the same opinion, nobody would have opinions. That's all I gotta say. I'm sure I probably pissed a lot of people off for making this video, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. This is my YouTube channel, and I'll say what I want to say. You got something you want to say to me? Well, I'd like to hear you say something.